Glory to South Sydney play. It has to be said, both clubs disappointing. 2023. Let's get the show started here. Rabbitohs will be first out behind their captain, Australian New South Wales representative, Cameron Murray. Our first chance to see the Vegas-bound Bunnies.
Yeah, there's the reception that South Sydney get coming onto the traditional Cogra Oval. Cameron Murray. Boy, what a player he's become, one of the elite in the game. Gets through a mountain of work through the middle, and it was only a couple of seasons ago, Vossi, out in Mudgee, where he just put his name up in lights in the Charity Shield that was. Under the coaching of Wayne Bennett, he was blooded and has become one of the absolute elite. Here come the Dragons.
In Flanner they trust. The Shane Flanagan coached Dragons. There you have it, the 6 and 7 to start the year, Flanagan and Hunt.
Yeah, Benny Hunt outstanding last year in what was a tough season for the Dragons. 22 try assists, 8 tries for himself. For Flanagan, 17 games for the Bulldogs, but comes over. Felt he played his best footy under his father at Cronulla in the early stages. Gets the opportunity to do that, no doubt. Feeling relieved to be back under the coaching of his dad, who trusts him and knows him so well, and this combination will be so important for them. There he is, Shane Flanagan, his first night back in the hot seat, and one of the club greats next to him, Dean Young.
Yeah, that's nice too. Dean Young back in the Dragons' fold. That was an interesting shot. You're probably a little confused at home. Jacob Host giving Ben Hunt a little hug pre-kickoff. Host is on the sideline warming up. And we're underway on a Saturday night. It's been huge today on Fox League. And Ravalawa has the first hit up of the night. As I mentioned, pretty humid conditions still. But as Michael and Dan have spoken through the Parramatta-Canberra match, playing surface immaculate. Laurie takes the run up and over the 30-metre line. And this is our fourth game today, ahead of another triple header tomorrow. Warriors, Tigers, Cowboys, Broncos, Dolphins, Titans. Little sends them left side, on for Sewer. An ominous first touch there, evasive. Dragons into the Rabbitohs half. Promising start, and that's the Charity Shield of 82 right there. That may have been Les Davidson or Charlie Frith coming up with a tackle. Kick out to the corner. Johnston doesn't get anywhere near it. Lomax knocked it back. Was there a Rabbitohs hand there? No. Belinda Sharp says no. And Souths will have the ball for the first time.
Yeah, really good signs from the Dragons. Their middle forwards going to work, aggressive, carrying the ball with venom, charging into the South Sydney line. In particular, Jack DeBell and Jaden Sue, a great start as we see Little there, out of marker into the tackle.
He went looking for the contact there. Now back to Kaloa Matangi. Now an Origin player. Up and over the 40-metre line he goes. Now to Tola. And a good carry as well with a bit of footwork on show. This is very direct from the Rabbitohs. The former Seagull, Sean Kepi, who wants to be an enforcer. Here in South Sydney, bomb for Ilias, 35 metres out, right to the corner. And a confident take by Tyrell Sloan. Big season for Tyrell Sloan.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no doubt. The start of the pre-season was frustrating for him after picking up an injury post-season. Just watching him a couple of weeks ago in a scrimmage run against the Manly Seagulls, he was electric. And Shane Flanagan giving him a lot of communication about the expectations that he needs. So too this man, Zach Lomax, carrying the footy, and the Dragons get the first penalty of the night. Belinda Sharp rewarding them for the way in which they're carrying the ball. South Sydney offside. And it's been a good start from the Dragons.
Indeed, and Hunt with the touch finder starts the year. Ben Hunt, very much in the veteran class now, 312 games. Now on for Jack Bird, starting centre, number 4 at his back. Tackled by Richard Kenner and Kaloa Matangi. So Dragons, good opportunity here. Molo, another good carry. Francis starting side, brother Michael to come off the bench. Little and DeBellin, and then Flanagan dumps it off for Sewer. An offload with some risk involved. DeBellin latches on to that. Finished the year playing with Papua New Guinea, Jack DeBellin, in the Pacific Championship. So season extended somewhat. Dragons inside the 20 for the first time tonight, and looking like they're going to click. Plenty of bodies in motion there. Hunt caught up. Rabbitohs under a bit of pressure. Hawkins was the defender. Ball knocked down. South Sydney with it. Johnston play on the call. Kepi came up with a tackle.
Come off.
Was it all legal?
Good signs, though, from the Dragons. Attacking the line at speed. Hunt and Flanagan swinging both sides of the field. Hunt caught on play 4, and it was Flanagan that swung the short side. Good defence from South Sydney, getting up in the face. And it's Kenner. I'm not sure there was any attempt there to wrap the arms either from Kenner. I'd like to have another look at that.
He's come off the worse for wear. Down he goes. Let's go down to the sideline while there's a little stoppage. Lara Pitt soaking up. She loves this place. I mean, I reckon she got here last night.
I've been here for hours, boss, hours. It's so good to be back. We, of course, loved our pre-season trip to Mudgee, but for the first time in 7 years, the Charity Shield returning to Sydney as Richie Kenner comes from the field. Obviously, looks like he'll be coming off for an HIA. The players are certainly going to get a good test in these conditions. It's been super hot in Sydney today, and the temperature's still in the high 20s, so we will have those 2-minute drinks breaks for this game every 20 minutes.
Shot.
Laurie out the line.
Blake Laurie lined them up. Yep, this is the Charity Shield. This is what we hope for. And a fair deal of intensity early. Nice Saturday evening fare this so far. Totola, another good carry. South Sydney, if they're all fit, and you've got the likes of Tallis Duncan and Thomas Burgess off the bench. Plenty of mobility. Oh, this time Kepi. Mola right there. Oh, good stuff. You know that you missed it. You don't see this in cricket. A kick from outside the 40.
Just looking at Francis Molo and his defensive movements, gee, you can tell that Shane Flanagan's had an impact over the summer. Looks a lot leaner, looks a lot fitter, and leading the way with some real aggression with Blake Laurie through the middle. Jack Bird now up over the 30-metre line.
Nothing about just easing yourself back into the contest, ease yourself into the season so far. Through the first 5 minutes. Certainly the highlight, the contacts. And across for Sully. Can Flanagan bring out the best from Moses Sully? Get it every week. That's what they want. That time, Kyle Flanagan with a run. Don't mind that. Kyle taking a little dash at them for Hunt to bomb. And underneath it is Johnston. And Johnston with it. Ooh, back he goes. That was heavy as well. So South Sydney under a bit of pressure, even with ball in hand. Burns.
Gee, I've been really pleased with the way that Zach Lomax has attacked those long, high kicks, looking to get down there and make them a contest along with Jack Bird. It's one of the features of Jack Bird's games at Cronulla was definitely his ability to kick chase and put opposition fullbacks and wingers under pressure. Well, Lomax is on board with him, and their right edge looks really good at the end of sets.
Right over the advantage line, South Sydney. Arrow a good hit up, then Murray into the play. South's up to halfway. And Ilias, the kicker, no Cody Walker tonight, so a little more responsibility for Lachlan Ilias. Tyrell Sloan to bring it back. And a good chase from a couple of the big boys there, Totola and Kepi. Good signing, I reckon. Sean Kepi, released early by Manly, still to achieve his potential.
Yeah, and that's the key for him. He goes into a hard-working pack where some guys like Cameron Murray and Jai Arrow and the likes of they just thrive on getting through work, and that's the area where Kepi needs to get himself a little more invested. No doubt he's got the talent and certainly got the ability through the middle, just needs to improve his effort areas.
They're sitting from the same hymn book, the two sides at the moment, very direct through the middle. The forwards, quick play to balls. Little takes off, needed support, just a little late. Sloan, only just. Ball with Hunt, 20 metres out, kick over the top, it's a dab. Johnston, it's knocked back. Eisenhuth buried in the corner, over the sideline. You're very close to the crowd down in those corners here at Cogra.
Yeah, Benny Hunt, he's got a real target down this right-hand side of the field. Lomax, you can see there, getting above the pack, tapping it back. Eisenhuth there to clean up the scraps.
Yep, play the ball in the middle.
But Hunt looking to get himself involved on the last down those short sides. Real positive stuff for the Dragons.
Plan at the end for Eisenhuth. They've got the padding in the corners. Can't remember where there was padding when Ricky Walford was here for the Dragons, running them in on a regular basis, and others. But between the actual corner of the dead ball area, you're talking a metre to the fence. South Sydney in possession. Jai Arrow.
Just keep an eye on Isaiah Tassie. He's just clutching at his ribs. It was a heavy shot from Moses Suli, and he just looks a little uncomfortable on the far side of the field.
So just outside the 20, Dragons achieving the goal of slowing the play the ball down in this set. It's about the most timid set we've had so far. Little bit of energy out of the running of South, and there you go. They pay the price. Kepi almost ragdolled by Sewer there. This is aggressive from the Dragons. Very encouraging start. If you want to be known for something, a real tough edge about their performance so far tonight.
Well, he's the one I'm looking at this year for the Dragons, Jaden Sewer. I've got a huge opinion of him. I think he can be a real enforcer, very similar to the way Ben Teo was at South Sydney when they went on their premiership run back in 2014.
Bird's gone through. Just straight through the meat of the Rabbitohs defence. And the Dragons fans get excited. Again, a run for Flanagan, taken off his feet. Kepi, Kaloa Matangi in front, penalty. Second time Flanagan's running the match. All started with Jack Bird. Dragons to build a platform here.
Yeah, I've loved that, Andrew. Outside backs going looking for work and carrying hard. That's Jack Bird at his absolute best. Go back to that 2016 grand final where he had an enormous second half. Molo now.
Another run for Big Frankie. 5 metres away from the line. Little calling the shots at acting half. Then Flanagan for DeBellin. DeBellin and offload on the bounce. Still could be dangerous. Molo. He's skipping about the place like he's playing in the back line. Moving freely, as Michael observed, looks very fit. Dragons across with the 6 and the 7. It doesn't go to hand. Burns has come up with it. Bumps away from Hunt. Burns is headed out over the sideline. It'll be ref Sharp's call if advantage was taken.
And that's the area that they've got to get right, the Dragons. That final pass, it was great work, great variation from Flanagan. Went to DeBellin back on the inside earlier in the set. This time he played out to his halves partner Hunt. And Tyrell Sloan just unable to get his pass selection right. And Linda Sharp saying that they didn't take their advantage. That's a tough call.
Yes, 10 metres out from the line, not where Burns went over the sideline. It is one of those that is subjective. It remains in the game, and I'm prepared to back referees on that. Always be a little bit of conjecture.
Yeah.
So South Sydney with it. But it's definitely, you can detect there's a little less energy in South Sydney. Dragons are still going full throttle.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, that's full. And a dummy half and call right on line. So, big advantage, Dragons. 30 metres out from the south line.
Yeah, both sides. No doubt there's some importance to this contest, but one side's playing at a different intensity, and that's the Dragons at the moment.
Michael, the art of dummy half play. Zealous getting that one wrong.
Yeah, just one of those sliding passes that just come out of the hand and just continue to propel forward. And the Dragons opting for the midfield scrum here. Tyrell Sloan Hunt out to the right-hand side.
On the right, all the Dragons players warming up on the bench. There's
He looks terrific, Jack Bird. He looks as good as I've seen him in a number of seasons.
You reckon you're at the Super Bowl? There's 15 players warming up on the sideline. Rabbitohs force the error. Kalawamatangi gets the backslapping of his teammates. Nice enthusiasm from the Rabbitohs forcing that mistake. They've all come in, every one of them.
And that's what they needed. The game, no doubt it's in the Dragons' favour at the moment. Said that the Dragons are playing at a different intensity and they're looking for one of their leaders to step up. Kalawamatangi, State of Origin representative. And he comes out and gets physical with Jack Bird and forces the error. Big play from the South Sydney back rower.
12.5 minutes into the season, an error forced, and all 12 teammates come over to congratulate that player. It's the footy's back. They've been waiting for this. It's on for real. Tass on the run. Kinner remains off the field. With the Bellin. Well, it looked awkward, but he fell off. The Rabbitohs are smiling. That was, and de Belin goes up and just gives a bat. Jai Arrow, like it was a grab rather than a swinging arm necessarily, would you say, Mike?
Yeah, definitely. It was all chest from de Belin, and this is where South Sydney are dangerous, though. When you start to give them restart opportunities and a chance to set up their attack. Isaiah Tass now into the Dragons' half. If you look at the South Sydney attacking line, they're all spread out here to this left-hand side looking for an opportunity.
Kepi takes the second one, put the bumper bar up as he got to the defence of Laurie. A couple of big boys. 32 metres away from the Dragons line. The Rabbitohs, no scorers yet. St George Illawarra have come the closest so far. This is South's best chance of the game. Mazelis back to the right side with Murray. This looks slicker. And the kick from Hawkins. Turn Ravalawa around. And he gets one of those big dinner plate hands of his to bat it over the dead ball line.
Yeah, there it is. Even without Latrell Mitchell and Cody Walker. Their first set restart. They get an opportunity to come towards the left-hand side of the field. Then they all swing back to that right-hand side. Murray ball playing through the middle. Nice kick from Hawkins. Ravalawa taking no chances. Will they go short? Yes, they do.
Yes, they will. We're told we want to incentivise the short dropout contested play. It was contested. And I think Cameron Murray wants to challenge. Oh, yes, he's fired that in. Straight at referee Belinda Sharp.
Have a captain's challenge from the Rabbitohs. On-field decision is knock on.
Range was right on the short dropout.
Kick chase from St George Illawarra are onside. We're playing on.
In fact, it's close to perfect with the height that it got.
Yeah, wasn't it?
Now, everyone's got an opportunity to get through on that. Up on Tass. Does Ravalawa get a hand to it? Murray's got a clear view of this.
There's a knock on from Michaeli Ravalawa.
Oh, Cameron Murray.
The challenge from South Sydney is successful.
He really does.
Great call from the South Sydney captain. An important period. These are the moments that I think new coach Shane Flanagan will really enjoy seeing tonight. Just how his side responds to the opposition pressure.
The old scoreboard corner here at Strata Jubilee. All zeros on the board at the moment. That old. They've only got the one field goal these days. They have the 2-point field goal, but the old board doesn't really accommodate that. South Sydney 8 metres away from the Dragons line and all over it there, Laurie. And yes, set restart as a result. So South Sydney, enormous opportunity, and they go the short play for Totola, yet no head of steam up at all. It was like a catch and be tackled. And South go tight again.
Choosing close Murray. Almost got through de Belin and Little.
Until that he's on that run with Australia. That ball's been not regathered. Lomax all over it. It will be from the Dragons. But even signs of Zach Lomax, he looks hungry for work.
I was really interested to see his demeanour tonight and just whether he was frustrated or a little disappointed in being moved from the centre to the wing position. He's been anything but. He has been highly energetic, competed hard on the kicks, and he's been aggressive defensively. He's gone looking for work with the footy. Been a real positive start from Zach Lomax.
Too far away from a scheduled drinks break. Lara will have a special guest from the Bunnies camp during that first break. So let's watch South Sydney's attack here unfold with Kepi. Certainly heavily involved in his first hit out with South Sydney. He's had a handful of hit-ups already. Hawkins and Burns. Taken by Bird. Johnston, and they'll work their way back in front of the post with Murray. Never a straightforward target. 5 away from the line. South Sydney, bit of sustained pressure to the right side. Ravalawa came up with nothing there. Although he gets an unlikely reward walking back onside.
Yeah, it's never easy making those decisions out on the edges, and when you get it wrong, you're relying on teammates to have your back, and that was a real positive sign there from the Dragons, where Ravalawa came up with fresh air. But just look at the defence coming in behind. Sully came, there comes the cavalry. Flanagan was there, so too Sewer. Plenty of numbers around the ball from the Dragons.
In the meantime, another carry from Zach Lomax coming in off the right wing. Oh boy, again. Well, Sewer loves this. I mean, this is a kid's playground to him. He's loving the contact, giving it out and getting it dished back at him. Oh boy, Jacob Gagai bringing the ball back.
He hit hard by Jacob Little and DeBellin too.
They're shortened up. Yet to play first grade, Jacob.
You know, just looking at Jaden Sewer, left edge back rower, he came across to the right-hand side of the field to get himself involved on that previous set.
No dummy half there. Chloe Matangi just got there. Lomax thought he was interfered with. Ilias and Gagai combining there. Tass, almost obstruction. Doesn't really take any advantage. Crowd not happy, but home fans are always going to be unhappy. Kepi. Ilias bombing from 39 metres out. Sloan sitting underneath it. He's with it again, Tyrell Sloan. As we talk about big season, he's now got 36 NRL games under the belt. We'll look for a try-scoring and tackle-busting year, Tyrell Sloan. I still remember that Anzac Day game last year. That is the potential. What we saw there, one man turned a game just about. Doing that on a regular basis. Bird, they marched him downfield, and the leg pull, we're told they're going to be vigilant about it. There's no need for it. Players have to get out of the habit.
Yeah, you're seeing players over the weekend making a real conscious effort to stay away from lifting the leg. And a new rule that's being implemented through fatigue. We're going to see some habits come out still early in the season. And it was Mamazoulis there just lifting the leg.
That's how subtle it is. As Ravalawa on another spread from the Dragons. He straightens. He took Tass with him for a few metres there. So St George Illawarra 25 metres away. Now, they've absorbed a bit of pressure, and now we'll throw something back, a bit of heat back at the Bunnies. South Vegas bound. Dragons will get an extra week to prepare for round one. Right side, Flanagan. Been some decent signs from Flanagan early. Set restart was there. Linda Sharp waving the arm around for the ruck infringement. Now a cutout pass, wasn't precision from Hunt, and then Lomax off the top of his head. Not the Dragons' best right there.
No, he won't enjoy that, Shane Flanagan, early in the tackle count in really good field position as we see the drinks break for the first time this evening.
And yes, Lara will have a special guest in just a moment, so a high energy first 20 minutes here, and no score, Rabbitohs and Dragons in front of a good crowd on a Saturday night. Let's go to Lara.
Thanks, Bossy. Yeah, first time in a long time the gentleman alongside me hasn't featured in a Charity Shield matchup. But Cookie, 0-0, 20 minutes in. What's your thoughts on watching this game from the sideline?
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a messy start for us. A few things we probably coach won't be too happy about, but to be expected on our first sort of run in this trial match, and that's what it's for, about finding new combinations, getting some match fitness into the legs. So there's still plenty of the game to go, and I think the boys will settle in now and look for a better second half to the first half here now.
You've got a few big guns in the dugout watching on. How are you? How's Cody Walker going ahead of the big round 1 opener in Vegas?
Yeah, no, we're both tracking well. Both had old man injuries, I guess, as you call them, the calves. But a lot of the young boys have been doing it too, so we won't call it old man one. But we're on track for round 1. Tonight, for me personally, was a bit too touch and go to play the trial match. So just making sure we're 100% ready to go for Vegas, and Cody's more likely confident he's going to be there for round 1 as well. So looking forward to getting over there and getting started.
I know the coach is just wanting to get everyone through this game healthy on the plane, either Monday or Tuesday. What's the week look like? How excited are you for what's to come in the next couple of weeks? Yeah,
I think that's the main thing, just making sure all the boys get through this game tonight. But it's going to be really exciting for us. A lot of boys haven't even left the country before, and we're going to be spending about a week in San Diego, which is going to be pretty cool, doing some training out of the college down there. But being able to play in Vegas, just where the Super Bowl's just played as well, is going to be a pretty special feeling. So we're all looking forward to getting over there and get the job done.
You would have been watching on last night with pride and seeing your teammate, captain, the Indigenous All-Stars. He's made the trip back from Townsville to watch the team tonight. What was your thoughts watching him have his first hit out of the season? Yeah,
he's yelling out over now, so obviously he wants me to mention him. But no, it was a great performance by the South boys last night. It was a great match actually to watch, and Trell put in some big minutes too, about 70 minutes there at fullback. So just showing the great shape he's in and how good he's looking and playing, and looking forward to get out there with him in round 1. But especially he made the trip back. It shows how much this team means to him.
All right, I want you to throw someone under the bus here. Who is the most pumped up about what's coming up at Allegiant Stadium?
I don't know. A lot of us are pumped up for the game. Cody probably still thinks he's 21, so he's probably excited to get over there as well. But we understand we're over there for a job, but it's a pretty special place to go to. So we'll make sure we get the job done, but enjoy the trip for what it is, because I'm very lucky the NRL sent us over there, so we're going to definitely make the most of it.
Thanks so much, Cookie. All the best in preparation for Vegas.
No, thank you.
I think the Fox League commentary team, we're the most excited. We've got calling the first game of the season, the opener, exclusively live on Fox League. Seagulls and Rabbitohs. Damien Cook, former Dragon, you forget about it, don't you? 2013, a couple of games with St George Illawarra. Long time ago. Kepi to play it. And Rabbitohs with his direct forward play to Tola. They are marching upfield in this set. So into the second quarter of the game, if you will. Again, a bomb from Ilias. Yet to see the running game of Lachlan Ilias. And Tyrell Sloan with confidence. Nice work. Then lost it. Not so nice. Rabbitohs up with the ball. Not quite sure how that came loose. Seemed like he'd done all of the hard work. Murray now. Opportunities for both teams. South Sydney building up a fair tally of tackles inside the Dragons 20. Zenas in front of the posts. Left side again. They persist with this crash-type play. To Tola to play it. Just a couple of minutes. Oh, no. Oh, there was great intentions, and it all went wrong.
Yeah, he's a really good young player, Peter Mamazoulis. He's just had a couple of moments in this opening half that he'd like back. There's the lost ball. You can see the hand from Arrow just coming over the top, getting pretty slippery, the footy. It really is, and just losing his grasp on it there, Matt Mamazoulis. And that man there breathes a sigh of relief as the Dragons again continue to turn away South Sydney when they've had opportunities down on their line.
10 of 13 completion rate Rabbitohs, 8 of 13 Dragons. And Francis Milo would run. And so the Dragons have the full 28. 28-man squad, which is the maximum number that the NRL allowing in the pre-season challenge. South Sydney not going to 28. We saw that earlier today with the Roosters as well, not the full extended squad. Dragons 20 metres inside their own half. DeBellin on to Jaden Sewer. Every run he's had much intent tonight. DeBellin hunts, room on the outside, floating into the grasp of Lomax there. Took the offloads away, Zach Lomax. Now he's shuffled out the wing. Hunt, bomb back to centre field on the spread. The trap's a horror for Jai Gray. The Dragons lose the ball. They almost slid over to score. Gagai brings it back. A nervous moment for young Jai Gray in the headgear.
Yeah, gee, what about that? A little miscued kick there from Ben Hunt. Landed in no man's land. Gray trying to get there and get a boot to the ball, but it was Eisenhuth who came flying through. Jacob Gagai. Boy, didn't he do well. Back into the in goal, cleaned up the footy, beat one defender and then back into the field to play. Arrow now. Carrying the footy with some purpose up to the 30-metre line.
Almost. That's been into the story for the Dragons tonight. Almost. They look like they're going to crack through and then pulled up. Gagai's gone out to the wing with Gray playing fullback. And the carry back. Some of the fans unhappy with that. You hear the old cry, your eyes are painted on. Now we're back in the league season. Getting ready to make changes. Priscilla out onto the field. So to Michael Molo now. It is unlimited interchange in the pre-season challenge. Dragons are 5 metres inside South Sydney territory. Little for Hunts. Thought about kicking, goes inside, that's great. Sloan at full pelt, takes on Gray. Pass was rifled out back. A one-hander. Maybe the more conventional pass was the one needed.
Gee, how good did that look? Ben Hunt going to the line, feigning to kick. Just kept the line guessing and coming forward and then looming on the inside. At full acceleration, Tyrell Sloan, the big left fend, the swerve, and Gray did well just to get a hand on him. And he'd be disappointed with that, Sloan. A real chance gone missing there for the Dragons.
Yeah, given the numbers in support, there were 3 there. Big right-hand hook pass. Now 40-20 attempted. And it skids to a halt. Sloan's across there. He's a little puffed. You think of another word, but puffed it is. That will do. Dragons 25 metres out from their line. Burgess is into the game. Last year in the NRL for Thomas Burgess, already signed, sealed and delivered for the Huddersfield Giants in the Super League next year.
It's been very good, Blake Laurie, leading the way through the middle. I thought him and Molo started really well. As Hunt now looking for opportunities, finds Bird.
Field, and he's already got a line break, Jack Bird. 40 away, quick play the ball. Little, another chance to take off, and again the direct nature of the forward running. The bench players dial in as well. Murdoch Priscilla, last tackle, St George Illawarra. Right edge, Hunt to run up to the line and in front of Bird with lead in the right boot. I mentioned that padding in the corner, that's bounced over the padding in the corner.
Yeah, not a good end to set there. I'll be disappointed with that. Hunt looking to take the short side. Bird with great skill, but just rushed the kick under pressure there from Richie Kenner and Gray. Carries the footy now, and South doing a good job also to keep the Dragons off the scoreboard.
Arrow with that run. So up through the centre, Davey Moali now onto the field. Brought along nicely by the Rabbitohs. Moali, he's now in the 17 on a regular basis. Murray, quick hands on that right edge. Arrow can't pass. It's a good tackle. Valawa one-on-one to handle Arrow like that. So he's in field, and the Rabbitohs go down that side. Bad set, South Sydney. 4 tackles in. Get themselves to within 20 of the Dragons line. Murray's all over, all good things for South. It looked a forward pass. That was put down anyway. Just a little out of whack, the Rabbitohs.
It's lovely width off the ruck. Great ball to Cameron Murray. Got him straight into the centre field attacking. And Kenner charging into some space, but again it's Jack Bird right in the face of Richie Kenner there, jamming in. So too Ben Hunt. And Jason Demetrio getting frustrated up there. with a couple of decisions from his side.
The modern vernacular, we talk about spine in rugby league, 1, 6, 7, 9, but when you've got a 13 like Murray, it's 5 prong,
That's
isn't
right.
it?
Yeah, no, it is. And there's a couple of sides with the luxury of having that.
Right south, no Mitchell, no Walker, no Cook. Those 3 strike weapons into their attacking arsenal. You know what? You start scratching your head. How did they go so poorly last year, the Rabbits? Dragons on their 40, not for long. Again, back into the grind, and it's a good carry. Some 12, 13 metres. It's now very much a veteran, Ben Murdoch-Masila. Flanagan and Hunt, this time it's 6 to 7. We were told of that. Sully able to evade one. Last tackle. Dragons at home tonight for the Charity Shield. Hunt, he's got a piece of that. Jai Gray, good luck. Doesn't get it. Knocked back by the Dragons, was it? That should be play on. It is. Rabbitohs with a chance. Oh, Gray in support. Doesn't get to it. This will be play on Dragons. Absolutely. No knock on in the first instance. Then ball lost by South. The Dragons get the ball back.
There's been no softening up period for Jai Gray, who's come into the fullback role. It's been helter-skelter since he's come onto the field, the little fullback.
And Queenslander at fullback here. With Viliami Fafita, one that Michael Ennis has marked down as one to watch. Dragons 20 metres away. I think points are about to come. The Dragons on the attack. Flanagan goes short. That is brilliant defence. Shy Arrow, like a bouncer. You're not getting through here. You're denied entry. Oh, and that is a take. Kaloa Matangi. He's watched a lot of cricket in the summer. And then he got stripped of the ball.
One strip, but then you knock it on.
But it was a knock on.
And then it's knocked
Ball
on
fast and furious.
Yeah, gee, had he been able to get that through? Kyle Flanagan. This was the shot. Look at that.
Yeah.
Chest on chest. Brutal. Savage from Arrow. And then Flanagan, look at the skill there. Kaloa Matangi, 100-odd kilos. And the reaction time and the skill to control the ball. As good as it gets. One of the great back rowers.
Come on, guys, clock's on. Let's go.
So they're taking their time. I think even though we've had a drinks break, the 10 minutes since the last one, it's been all action. So they took their time on that scrum. Both teams almost gentleman's agreement. Rabbitohs from their own 20 metre zone. Fair bit of size off the bench as well with the Rabbitohs. So it's relentless if they dominate possession. Then there's going to be a serious platform for the likes of Mitchell, Walker and Cook to work off. Duncan on the field too, rising star.
Yeah.
Kaloa Matangi with a dummy. Eisenhuth there, the former Storm player. One of the off-season recruits. Last tackle, Rabbitohs. Business now to centre field. And another bomb. Pretty much all we've seen from Ilias. Sloan with it.
I think he's going to be a really good pickup, Tom Eisenhuth. You can see the Melbourne Storm coming out in him. He's competing hard. You saw him just there with the effort play, the kick pressure. Getting to Hawkins. He was there to clean up the loose ball. And a couple of plays ago as the Dragons through Flanagan moved the ball out to their left-hand side. It's going to be a good pickup, Eisenhuth.
Good footwork. Sewer. He's moving freely. He's one of the bright stories of the night so far for St George Illawarra. A kick from inside the 40. Gray's got to put his skates on here. Ball is coming to a halt about 5 metres in from touch. Just a couple of metres out from the goal line, and Jai Gray is getting quite near the initiation tonight.
Yeah, just seeing that kick there from Ben Hunt, just recognising the game starting to find some fatigue, so he kicks early, and South Sydney forwards struggling to get back behind the ball now. Outside backs having to work hard, and they do. This is a good run here from the South Sydney side.
Jacob Gagai.
He's been good, hasn't he, Gagai?
Very much in the mould of Dane, his brother. Run hard. Started at fullback, it has shifted out to the right. Now Duncan working nicely. There's a bit of Cameron Murray in that play. Bray into the line. Good recovery set South Sydney. Hawkins this time, the kicker, angles it right to the corner and not going to pull up.
Yeah, this was the play I was talking about previously. Look at this, Ben Hunt just driving it, recognising Gray's isolated on his own. The left side kick chase go to work, led by Ben Hunt. We see those moments in Origin from him. He's got a great feel for the game, the Dragons captain, and a great nous of just when to really put the blowtorch on the opposition forwards.
They're ringing with the players. They've put plenty in it. And there hasn't been too many changes either, even though you've got unlimited interchange. The coaches have purposely given their stars good stints out there. Now Murdoch-Masila. He's a little bit of footwork too, even from his schoolboy days up at Keebra Park. The aggressive running continues. Played by Fafita. Now Hunt is set again. Flanagan set restart in the mix of that. Sully's been well contained by the Rabbitohs. Look at the sideline official there as if they had forced a mistake. Tass in the tackle. Sewer down that time. That's the best they've handled him tonight. They've got tackles up their sleeve here, the Dragons. They've stacked the right side. Michael Molo goes back through the middle. Burgess over the top. Good quick play the ball as well. Flanagan jumps into action. Sewer another run off the left. Jaden Sewer. Been handy to have a support runner there. Got the arm free for a fleeting moment. Still on for the Dragons. Goal line defence. Good South Sydney. Burgess shortened up Flanagan. Like seeing Flanagan run though. And that's a short ball from Hunt. On the ground, then knocked on by Sloan and a clean pickup. I dare say he scores.
Yeah, Benny Hunt, he knows just what an athlete this Viliami Fafita is out on the right edge. It was a nice tackle down low. And as the ball comes spewing backwards, Sloan just unable to scoop it up on the run.
We've got on our stats Flanagan 4 runs, 4 little dashes at the line. That's good. If you're looking for combination, you'd say Flanagan and Hunt. There's a tick there from the first half, even though points not the result. Some encouraging signs. Into the line it comes. Almost away from Flanagan in defence that time.
Really fast, Gray.
Test, isn't it? You know, your first play and there's a mistake and you got to bounce back. It's full on to anything he's experienced in his life. So he's heavily involved. And here he is to play it. 25 metres away from the line. This is the benefit here on Fox League. Pre-season challenge. Seeing these newcomers. Welcome to the fold. Jai Gray tonight for South Sydney. Shot at South Sydney. Well, Lachlan Ilias, we've seen big hits from big hitters, but South Sydney have come up with one out of the box right here.
Yeah, it was Hawkins that went the short side, and he was the one that kicked, so Ilias just got on with his next job and got down there on the kick chase. And then out of marker, Sloan just cuts back off his right foot. Great technique. Slippery, hot, humid conditions. Your target zone's under the ball. Look at this, drop slow, changes direction.
Beautiful.
Beautiful tackle from Ilias, and Host right there on the spot. And Tyrell Sloan will be disappointed with that.
Yeah, the body contact has been big forwards, big boppers on big boppers, but that was great technique. Lachlan Ilias. Host, well, he won't get an easier try, really. The former Dragon, 4th year now at the Rabbitohs.
Just seeing the way that Ilias changed direction. He was planning on coming out and making a left shoulder tackle, and as Tyrell Sloan cut hard, he just changed direction and the angle of his target zone changed, and it was beautiful transfer of weight from Ilias and just cracked him right under the ball.
Good moment for Lachlan Ilias. He'll forever fondly remember a game against the Dragons. As the first shot of the night is successful. Hawkins with it. South Sydney lead 6-0 against the Dragons that Ilias made his debut back in 2021. Try scorer as well.
There he is down on the kick chase, chasing Hawkins' kick, and then just watch his effort here in the way that he transfers off his left foot to change his tackle technique and drops right underneath him. Beautiful work.
Reminder, March 3. Cancel on engagements. That is Vegas Day. We will be Saturday night in Vegas, Sunday afternoon here in Australia. Our coverage on Fox League from midday, exclusively live, the kickoff to the season proper in a bold venture in the US of A. Both games, but the first game exclusively live here on Fox League. Rabbitohs, Sea Eagles, March 3, and we'll have a big 90-minute preview. We're taking the Fan on the road, we're taking 360 on the road, we're taking Matty John Show on the road. All going to come to you from Vegas in the build-up to one of the biggest weeks in the history of the game. South Sydney, right side. Oh, here's a chance. Rabbitohs away. You need a bazooka to stop it. So it was an easy one for hosts. And in Rabbitohs terms, that is a jog of some 40 metres to score. The spirits of the Dragons fans have turned very quickly.
Yeah, what looked was going to be a great play for the Dragons. Hawkins goes arrow straight, drags in the Dragons' defence. And then Ilias, just a little misdirected pass. And Rabbitohs jamming in hard meant that he was going to get to the ball first. That's a gift for someone of his athleticism. Yeah, well, the pass was okay. Tass just unable to hang on to it. Breezy conditions, slipped straight through his hands, and Rabbitohs swooped and races around back under the posts. And all of a sudden, both sides, in the dying moments, have found a try each.
The size of it. He's working beautiful. Look at the size of him. Seriously. Like, that is a physical specimen right there. Mikhaili Rabbitohs. 21 tries last year. They're not stick on, are they?
Built like
they're
like just chiseled.
No, he's built like a brick house. That's what you wanted to say. And everyone watching is stroking their chin saying, yeah, he's right, he is built like a brick house. But he is. And he's a great athlete. And we're yet to see the best. Like, the best is still to come. Yeah. You know, he's a machine.
And there it is, just slides through the hands, and Rabbitohs streaks away to the southern end of Cogra Oval and levels it up right at half-time.
Well, good entertainment, plenty physical. Sides have had a red-hot go. And half-time, the Charity Shield, dare I say, the tradition continues. Half-time, Rabbitohs and Dragons 6-all. Change in hooker to new licensers out there. In jumper 14 for the Dragons. Second half underway, Charity Shield. Dragons looking to shoot back. Rabbitohs have basically owned it for a decade, just about. Only one win for the Dragons. Here's Tatola on the run. Relatively unscathed are the two teams. We had Kinner off to the concussion early. Our pit will keep us up to date with any injuries. Cameron Murray, good straight charge there, and there is Mulayson around the legs. Now for Zilis, taking off with a push in the back. Nice and direct, South Sydney. Dialed in first set of the second half. Ray found himself a dummy half. And a bomb to test out the left winger, who was linked up with the club very late in the pre-season.
Yeah, he's certainly got some size, hasn't he, Shane Flanagan, in his outside backs. Already with the likes of Ravalawa and Moses Sully, Zach Lomax, Jack Bird, adding Christian Tuapolotu, who's got the footy now, who carries the ball with such gusto, powerful out of the backfield. Good late pick-up from the Dragons.
Now for Sloan. And a real mixed bag, and there's a positive on that run. He's dazzled and then he's disappointed, all in one tonight. Dragons direct as well, de Belin on that run. And a kick driven long and hard. Gray is underneath it. Well, he's provided a spark after a shaky start. Let's go down to Lara Pitt, who was around the sheds at half-time. What did you find out, Lara?
Well, just had a chat to South coach Jason Demetriou, who's repositioned himself down here on the sideline. He said he's getting some practice in ahead of Vegas because he doesn't think that he'll be up that high in the coach's box at Allegiant Stadium. He said of the first half he was happy with the defensive resolve, just wants to see his bunnies chasing good habits, which has been the mantra of their pre-season.
Straightforward instruction. Told you unlimited interchange. We'll get tabs too on the bonus point situation. There's no one threatening in terms of tries so far. As this kick is well positioned, Ravalawa just then. It almost was like he was in two minds. Do I charge up or do I wait for it to get to me? And St George Illawarra now under a little bit of pressure in this set. 8 metres out from their line, 2 tackles down. Off a skinny run up here. Pelotto going nowhere. That's 3 tackles inside their 10. Where is the energy from the opening to the game? Pelotto on play 4. Wilson now on for de Belin. And they will be kicking from close enough to their own 20-metre line. Given hard there was Marchki kicking. And Gray to bring it back.
That's a great return. Doesn't muck around, does he? Jai Gray just gets the ball in his hands and accelerates upfield, takes as many metres as he can, and look what it does for their forward pack, not having to travel back just as far early in the season. So important. Great return from Gray.
It's worked out very well, Gray getting into the game early for the Rabbits. Kepi on that run. That's exactly what they want from him. Quick play the ball as well. And the Rabbitohs straight away had it set up, and of their own doing they come unstuck there, because that was the perfect platform to work off there.
That's a couple of times now. South just before half-time. Really direct on their primary shape, and this time it's Ilias going deep into the line and just unable to execute their pass. Ravalawa scored just before the break on the back of a similar play that Tass couldn't hang on to, and that wasn't the pass accuracy at all that Lachlan Ilias was looking for. And after building a little pressure early, the Dragons back with the footy.
There's not much Cheekham could do with that. St George Illawarra inside their own 40-metre zone now. And de Belin holding it up there nicely. Ooh, little bobble there from Eisenhuth. Almost contacted the Rabbitohs defence as Tahau got up on him. 21. Hunt's done for the night. Showered, changed. He won't return in the second half. So as can often happen, things can get a little disjointed with change in playmakers. Flanagan on for Sully. Hasn't had any freedom at all tonight, just the one tackle bust from Moses Sully. This time de Belin. Nice play, Flanagan dummy almost through. Just caught there. 19 metres away from the line. Lyson now, Marshke's kick, not that good, not too damaging. It has the Rabbitohs in a corner. Not much chance of getting it back, although the steal might get it back. The Sharp says, well, obviously as well, that it was stolen after the call of hell.
Yeah, they're coach killers, those. They've done a really good job to withstand the pressure and the possession that South had to start this second half and get themselves down into a corner. Off the kick of Marshke, and Lomax going for the strip, and all pressure just relieved.
Couchman onto the field early in the second half. In fact, not even been injury. Eisenhuth, I don't think, is moving all that quickly as he makes his way around the ground, far corner. Looked like there may have been a little hammy issue. South Sydney in possession. There he is. It's in the steward's report. Kepi to halfway. A couple of opportunist tries to the two teams before half-time. Both from errors. Egan up in the tackle there on Tane Milne. Rabbitohs again looking to build right to left. We know the reputation of the Rabbitohs left side attack. Hawkins to play it there. Flat line on this last tackle play. Bomb is perfectly positioned. Well, was it an escort play or not? One of the Dragons hit the deck. It was Flanagan.
Gee, Hawkins was lucky only a couple of moments ago with that tackle. It looked really ugly. Looked like he got caught underneath with his legs. Here he is, your man, Egan.
I'd say the coach's man. The coach has been more than happy to be quoted in praise of the young fella. There he is. Get to know him, Dylan Egan. Actually got some minutes last year in the Charity Shield and played against St Helens as well. As Sloan into the attack, Lomax standing at right centre. Inside of Ravalawa there. Tuipoloto playing out on the left wing outside of Suli. Lomax gets to show his centre wares again. Gray underneath this one. Looks like a player of promise. Queenslanders know a little bit about him. Being a junior rep. He's going through the hard work of bringing the ball away from inside their 30.
And Jack DeBellon's had a really strong start for the Dragons. Enjoyed his work. Getting through the middle of the field with his ball playing. He's really broken up the South Sydney defensive line, as has that from Murray.
Saw that previous play. Another one of the country boys. He hails from Canamble. Tom Fletcher is out there for South Sydney. Some Griggs College at Campbelltown boy as well. South Sydney 20 away. Murray offload. Kepi support. Offload. Kepi. Rabbitohs big chance. Gray into the line. Kept it alive. Beautiful hands. Rabbitohs try. Braden Burns scores it. The offloading was crisp. The support play spot on. And the Rabbitohs hit the front.
Yeah, just watch the captain here. Cameron Murray, absolutely brilliant. Done at speed, nice and direct, ball in two hands, strong with his carry, keeps the ball alive. So too Kepi, and great work from Ilias. Not mucking around, just getting the ball into Gray's hands. Offload on the left side of the field, move the ball to the right side. There's Murray there, ball in two hands, just gets Mulhausen going backwards. Kepi keeps the ball alive. Just watch that from Ilias, just bang, straight to Gray, gets him attacking the opposite edge. Suli under pressure, Tuipoloto under pressure, and Burns strolls over. Beautifully executed, South Sydney.
If you're not up on it too, it's a very interesting story, Braden Burns. He has in some ways given the game up, like he's given up the NRL part of it. He's rejoined South Sydney basically to play a very big role in the South Sydney Cares program, their welfare program, and is prepared to just play, well, if you will, football part-time. He found himself playing in the trial last week, and here he is again tonight. What a handy player to have in the mix. Yeah. I tell you what, he's a quality person too.
He is, and you feel like just seeing him back in the South Sydney colours, it feels like he's home. It feels like it's right. And you're right, he's a great contributor in the community for South Sydney, and a very, very athletic outside back that could prove handy for them at different stages throughout the year if there are injuries to some of their key men in that back line. I mean, that is something to get excited for this year. South Sydney's back line, the inclusion of Latrell Mitchell, Cody Walker back into this side, and Jack White.
Good kick. Hawkins, a pearler. He's had two from wide out and nailed them. And South City lead 12 points to 6.
So that's a small thing, Vossi, but the ball in two hands just stops the defensive line, keeps them second guessing, and anytime you can get an offload, you want to move it to the opposite edge, and that was great work from Ilias, just not overplaying his hand. Happy to get the ball out to Gray, who was moving at lightning pace.
You got him in your little black book now, don't you?
Yeah.
Gray, yeah. And again, you know, there's a very good chance you mightn't see him until back half of the year, if at all. But you know about him, and if his name appears in the program at some stage, you'll remember he's that young fellow we saw on Fox League back in February. He's got some talent. He'd be very happy with the way he's performed so far, Jai Gray. Toller on a good first carry back after that. So from 6-0 to South, then 6-all, now 12-6 Rabbitohs. South's getting some big time at dummy half. There's a bit of back up off the bench. Kepi.
He's gone looking for work, Kepi, hasn't he? He's been busy, particularly the second stint to start this second half.
We got him down for 14 hit-ups. Sean Kepi, no one's made anywhere near as many across both teams tonight.
There he is.
Another offload, Murray, all class. What a player.
Geez, you'd be putting him on ice, wouldn't you? Get him out of there.
So this kick to the corner. Oh, he was playing a dose again, Rabbitohs. He said it was out. Yes, it was. So Howe thought he had a moment there. He thought he'd won the Saturday Night Lotto there. Ball bounced into his arms. Oh, he's all over Rabbitohs. Chalk. He brought up Chalk. You cannot be serious. Just, mind you. So Dragons back in possession. Their turn to come up with points. Savinio, Somali out there on that carry. So the bench players starting to come in again. The Dragons had 28 players that they intend to give game time to tonight. Michael Molo getting ready to come back on. Toby Couchman also on the sideline. Dumping that one off, and that is the other half of the Couchman's. Ryan on that run. They both came into first grade last year. There's a big charge. Jesse Marchke deciding to pin the ears back. 20 away. Dragons good set. Flanagan's kick. Oh, couldn't ice the set. That's really his first misjudgment of the night. He's taking good options. They said that, well, I'll take it back on Flanagan. They said play on. Because the Rabbitohs took off from the field of play, so no mistake at all from Flanagan.
Yeah, Lachlan Elliott did a great job just to read the kick there from Flanagan, but Linda Sharp saying it was in the field of play, and it was great from the left edge of the Dragons to respond and get forward and make that tackle, and an important one it was.
At the ref, they rarely get it wrong, our officials. Kepi on the run there, got through the Couchman tackle.
He's proving a handful, isn't he, Sean Kepi?
Yeah, that's 15 hit-ups, 120 metres for Sean Kepi. What a front row rotation if all fit and healthy. South Sydney have. Ilias Bob. Underneath it. Dragons turn for Sloan. Dragons fans wanting more from the fullback. One slashing run in the first half. Almost teases you. So that's seen enough. Now penalty Dragons off that.
Spent a little bit of time at Canterbury last year in the dummy half position, and that was nice work from Flanagan, just recognising the marker was not in position as Marshke drives that towards touch and able to earn his side a relatively cheap penalty.
Oh, good shot. A February hit to put early on the reel of big shots this season. Damo really doesn't smile much. Left shoulder with an assist from Jacob Host. St George Illawarra, 35 from the South Sydney line. Trying to find a way through the middle. Kepi having none of it. Mark caught. Marshke now working left. Michael Molo, bit of ball play. Last tackle, St George Illawarra. Ready to hoist another bomb. Simarchki looks like he's got the range right. 10 metres out. They had a leap at it. Ravalawa doesn't get it. Cleaned up now. Couchman and the tackle count restarts. On the field is Alec Tudavaki with a run. Old school headband. Dragons 15 from the line. We'll be looking at level scores in a moment. Toby Couchman. It's time in front of the post. Flanagan linking up with Michael Molo. Offload. Flanagan switch. Archie with it. He's had one run already. His second run almost effective.
He's been lively, Marshke, hasn't he?
He's backing himself. So Dragons right on the line. Short pass to Tavaki. Almost underneath the crossbar there. 4 tackles up, Dragons. Left side, Flanagan. And across with Tamale. Tackle, Milne, Ilias. Last tackle, Egan. Back it comes, Flanagan now running the show. His kick is there. And the Rabbitohs, the catch from one of the youngsters, Leon Tahau.
Yeah, no doubt that Lomax is a target. You can see where he was positioned on that right-hand side. But the South Sydney defenders doing a good job just to get in the road of Lomax, making it difficult for him to get through and get a clean catch on it. And right Fossey, superb take.
Another one that's out of Queensland for the Rabbitohs is Leon. Good quick recovery by them to now be 8 metres inside the half. Moali. They've done a lot of the hard work. While it may be straightforward, the hard work, you've still got to roll the sleeves up. They've done that very effectively tonight. There's been some big set carries from the South Sydney forwards. Host to play it here. That's 4. This has been a big set. Milne on that run. So play 5, 9 metres out, a 70-metre gain. Just all hard running. Hawkins, Gray into the line, Ravalawa. That time jammed in and made an important tackle.
Yeah, Ravalawa coming in at a rate of knots there. It was a terrific set. Looked like there was a chance out there to the left-hand side. Ravalawa coming in hard. Boy, he did well to move. Gray. That could have been dangerous had he have made contact, Ravalawa, with the aggression that he was coming in with.
Gray, and just watching him then, it's like they cloned Blake Taff. They lost Blake Taff and we thought, well, we need another Blake Taff, so we'll just get same body shape and kick around. Johnny Gray comes into the side. Fullback for the Bulldogs Thursday night.
Yeah, he was good, really busy. Really good first hit out from Blake Taff the other night.
Dragons now. Flanagan, Couchman got past the first man. It was Burgess. So we go tit for tat at the moment, the two sides. Rabbitohs probably making more ground. Set for set. All mixed up at the back. They let it bounce. Get away with it. So how he looks like he's likely and still a bit of growing to do.
Yeah, he's a good body shape, isn't he?
South's own 10 metres own Chican. Into the clutches there of Ryan Couchman. They'll get plenty of first grade out of Ryan and Toby this year, you'd reckon. Fletcher takes another run. He's got a bit of size, Thomas Fletcher. Not long out of school, now playing first grade. And now Marzellis, Hawkins, Fletcher again. Opts not to pass. Probably a wise decision there. Just inside the Dragons half. Ilias Bob. End on end, and Sloan with it. Safe catch as he fell back towards his own goal line, and Gray is up there. So the two fullbacks meet there. We're headed towards another drinks break at 12-6 to the Rabbitohs. And they'd be pretty happy with the way things have unfolded since half-time. Dragons' different side take Hunt off. They took Little off as well. They've lost a bit of zest. Lomax on that run. Inside their own half. Lucky with it.
He's a good young player, Tui Tavaki. Great to see him back. Had an ACL injury, but former New South Wales representative at the lower grades. Very, very good player.
Big kick. This time they're calling for it. Burns is with it. Feels more like the babysitter at the back with the back three is Burns with the experience. Gray and Tahau when he looks across the field. Neither have played NRL. And that will be the drinks break. We've got it spot on midway through the second half. A tight one. Rabbitohs on top, leading by 12 points to 6. Saturday night here on Fox League, ahead of a triple header tomorrow. Christchurch, Mackay, Sunshine Coast. We'll have the Warriors and Tigers, and Cowboys and Broncos, Dolphins and Titans. Let's go down to Lara Pitt.
Yeah, with the Dragons skipper Ben Hunt, first 40 minutes in the legs in your 16th season of NRL coming up. Ben, how did it feel out there?
Yeah, it felt really good. All the hard work in the pre-season and all the fitness you do, you always wonder when you get to your first game how you're going to feel, but the legs felt good tonight.
12-6 at the moment. You know the messages that Shane Flanagan's been delivering all pre-season. What do you think he's going to like? What do you think he's going to want to see more of in tonight's game and in the second trial?
I think he'll be pretty happy with our defence. He said at half-time he was really happy with our attitude defensively. He only let in one try from an error in the first half, and he was real happy with that. But with attack, we needed to clean a few things up. We tried a lot of things tonight because we wanted to in a trial game and really test a few things out, but got a bit scrappy there at times, so yeah, a bit to work on.
You've obviously worked all pre-season with a new six alongside you and Kyle Flanagan. You're talking about the attack. I guess what are the areas of growth that you can see, and I guess how is he making life different for you already?
Yeah, I think for me, I've probably just got to learn to trust him a bit more to get us around as well. He's a bit more of a halfback Kyle, and he can call directions and sort of get us around, so I've got to not take a back seat, but have faith that he can do that as well, and I can play off that.
All right, well, we've got some youngsters out there in the remaining 20 of this game. Who should we keep an eye on? Who do you think could make their mark in the NRL and get their debut this year?
Yeah, there's some exciting young kids out there. Big Viliami, he played in the first half as well, big front rower. He's had a really good pre-season, big body, he's got a good play of the ball. The other one's probably young Dylan Egan. I think, I don't know if he'll be in there round one, but I definitely think he'll get an opportunity this year. He's a good kid, no fuss, he just goes out there and works hard.
Thanks so much, Ben. Thanks for joining us, and good luck in the next trial.
No worries, thank you very much.
Get to watch Ben Hunt go around again this year. What a career.
Yeah.
Starts the season 312 matches, now 15 tests, 17 origins. Ben Hunt at 33. A lot of the older players now, it's crept into the barbs at clubs. They're referred to as fossils. I know Daly Cherry, is he being referred to as a fossil at Manly by some of them, the fossil?
Wouldn't do that to him, Andrew.
There's Reynolds up in Brisbane, he's a fossil. Hunt, he's a fossil. So much disrespect. South Sydney with the ball, just over halfway. Actually, I think Latrell Mitchell refers to Cody Walker as the fossil. They played their first grade debuts the same night, but years apart, like in age, years apart. But same night they came into first grade. South Sydney, Hawkins bomb right to the corner again, and Burns is up. Burns, good take it was Matthew Feagai. And by the way, Matthew and Max have asked that we, I don't know how it works, Mike. I've got to say I'm confused on this one, but they don't want to be known as Figanay now. They want Feagai this year, so we respect their wishes.
Great to see Max back in the lineup as well tonight. Both very talented youngsters. Matt's obviously played a number of games now. And that was a good take from him. Carry here, look at this.
Couchman, that time Toby with a 15-metre rush. And a rush it was.
40-20.
And off the front foot, the kick. Oh, it's turned left.
The downtown.
The downtown is on show. They're on it. And the players have to be far more, or show far more attention to detail.
Yeah, Toby Couchman it was that played the ball after a really good run, and unfortunately, as he's played the ball, it looks as though he's just continued to move forward ahead of the Marsh kick. And yeah, there it is. Boy, it's tough, isn't it? It is tough.
Wait with me.
All right, they sprint back. All clubs were warned. That's what you can say. South now chance. And Fletcher takes the first run. A bit of a story about Fletcher. His old best mate at school told me only today, actually. Said, this boy can eat. I'll tell more about the story. 5 away from the line. Rabbitohs will crash over. Davey Malali hasn't scored an NRL try, but that's a good dress rehearsal.
Yeah, you mentioned just how he's become a real staple in this South Sydney lineup, and they're starting to trust him. He's a very, very powerful boy, close to the line, such a great target. And I like when South Sydney play direct like this. Takes you back to the successful years with Isaac Luke at dummy half, using the Burgess boys through the middle. And that's a really nice piece of play there. Mamazoulis out on the half step, in between Couchman and Michael Molo it was, coming from the inside. Figai caught there close to the line. Fullback presenting himself in the line. Cameron Murray loves it. So too Jason Demetriou. And a nice bit of ball playing there from Mamazoulis to Moali, who looks quite fit.
Front row rotation looks good for Souths. Really looks good.
It is
And they're big.
an important part of your roster, your front row. Now, obviously, a lot of focus goes on the spines these days, but you just simply cannot win competitions without quality in your front row. As Hawkins adds the extras. And Davey Moali. You'll be happy with that one, the big fella.
Well, all props are when they score, and there he is plunging over the top. Biggest lead of the match. Has scored some tries at international level for Cook Islands. Now, as we look ahead to Vegas, Fletcher and Hindy, hard to believe you get paid for doing the work they do, but Fletcher and Hindy's Sin City, following the Dolphins and Titans tomorrow. The countdown to the season opener heats up as the boys take on Vegas as only they can in Fletch and Hindy's Sin City. Fox League ramping it up. Light and shade, bit of variety. Fletch and Hindy. They suit Vegas. Burgess almost putting Toby Couchman into Sunday there.
Poor old Toby Couchman. He's just had Davey Moali charge at him close to the line. Now Thomas Burgess off the kickoff.
Well, that's the front row. That's the big boys there.
Look at him either, going after contact. That's a great response from Toby Couchman.
So it's getting a decent roll on here. You know, another really powerful set. A lot of metres made. Fourth tackle. Duncan on the end of it with no headgear. Into the Dragons half they go. Very impressive. This host on that run was spun around. Last tackle. It's another 60-metre game from Souths. Great pressure there. Gray ends up with it. Gray takes off. Rabbit on the loose. Rabbit on the loose. Almost gets the ball back. Oh, he's in the black book.
Gee, he's a player.
Yes.
He is a really good player. Jai Gray. See how quick he responded once he got the footy here. Pressure there on Hawkins. Ball goes backwards to Gray. Look at the acceleration here. And then great instincts. Kicks in here, recognises the line's flat. Backs himself, backs his speed. Figai did well. But great work from Gray.
Short drop out. Gone the distance. Oh, South of the bounce. That was risky. Burns. Right off okay. They are 11 metres away from the line. They do look menacing now, the Rabbitohs, and it may just be another powerful forward charge that nets the first try. Burgess in front of the posts. 18-6. Dragons goal line defence. Totally tested here. Dallas Duncan to play the ball. Took on the padding of the post as well. They work to the left. Hawkins just caught. It was Couchman in defence. Fletcher finds himself dummy half. Switch of play, Gray. South 10 from the line. Dragons hanging onto a thread here. Last tackle. Off the quickly the ruck and work to the left. Duncan, has he got a kick? He doesn't need one. That ball is there. And there's dead.
I've got it off the Dragons. I've got it off your leg before it goes dead.
Bunker always gets a chance to check. Big Fletcher. I'll give you the story of Fletcher.
Yeah,
so his best mate at St Gregs. So he's a boarder. He's one of the boys from Canamble, 6 years of boarding at St Gregs, but he befriended a young fella by the name of Jack who lived down Cronulla way. So every second weekend he'd go to Jack's place to get out of the boarding.
Stay on.
Jack's mum says that he ate them out of home. He took full advantage for 6 years. He ate food like he hadn't eaten all week. So she takes credit for some of his success. And he finds himself as big as he is in the NRL.
That's brilliant.
Dragons over 20. Because you can get pretty keen, you know, boarding dinner time. You know, if you're not there early, you miss out.
We made up for it on the weekends.
That's right, he made up on the weekends.
Tunnels away, square, Peter.
So, Dragons with the ball. He's a big unit.
He is.
Stay on.
And you heard the groan of the St George Illawarra fans there as some of the stars have come off, or bigger names. The momentum has been totally lost in this second half. I don't know if there's too many sets where they think they're anything like their best from the first half.
No, I think Shane Flanagan, when he looks back at it, I know there's still 12 minutes to go here, but he'll zero in on the attitude and the intent of his side in that opening 10 or 15 minutes. Really pleasing the way they started the game.
Chicam to play it here. 15 out to Howe. Hawkins. He's one of the newcomers that like a try. Oh, that's a ball there from Moali, showing us a bit of quality ball play. Rabbitohs right on the line, crashing at the line. Burgess loses the ball. The Dragons have it. Cursing himself there. Thomas, he's got one in the hip, or is it a cramp? And he's got the hand up. I don't think he's long for the game, Thomas Burgess. Dragons out of their own half. I'll get you these second half stats. As now, ball was turned over with penalty blown. Second half, the stats as far as Dragons and possession. They've had only the 8 tackles up inside South Sydney's 20, so not a lot of opportunity to put plays on. Ryan Carr still part of the coaching fold.
Yep.
Who took over last year. So now to Mali. The go. Dragons fans would certainly like to see another try. Just get a bit keen. Get it back to 18-12. Liven up for the last bit. Jonah Glover's out there in 29 and Rabbitohs. Well, it's ended up an illegal tackle.
It's Tallis Duncan without the headgear, but up and under the ball. Big shot. Really big shot on Murdoch Masilla. Gets him up over the horizontal. And he's on report too.
Okay. Report Tallis Duncan. But there's another one. It's just progressed. He will be a permanent member of the 17. So he get on the run here for St George Illawarra. Hit and spin. Sydney defence get onto him quickly. Inside the South Sydney half. Burgess has stayed out there for the Rabbitohs. All right, well, they've got field position in this set, and that's only the second. Then lose the ball, Couchman. And that time it's after the call of held, and Couchman loses the ball. If the referee has called held, it's not really one you can challenge effectively. I'm interested what they come up with here.
The captain's challenge from the Dragons. On-field decision if lost ball.
To me, the Couchman brothers.
Okay. You're saying that
Are we
both
putting
boys, Ryan and Toby, they're both...
I think they're honest as the day's old.
South Sydney player is just attempting to wrap up the ball and make a tackle rather than still
early in the year.
Challenge by the St George Illawarra Dragons is unsuccessful.
Yeah. There you go. I mean, we're not playing for Shoop Stations tonight, but that was a chance they were going to build up a bit of pressure there and squander it.
Benny Hunt's just put that in the book.
Yeah. Interchange forwards, Brandy nodding.
Yep.
props, wingers, interchange forwards, no charge. Bar. Even if they've got a case. Which is harsh.
Just no.
But it's just no. It's bar. 18-6, 12 is the lead. Just over 9.5 remaining here. And again tomorrow, 2 o'clock kickoff. Eastern Daylight Time, savings time. 2 o'clock for the Warriors and the Tigers from Christchurch.
It'd be good to see the Tigers under the coaching reign of Benji Marshall for the first time. We'll get a look at the Titans under Des Hasler. Plenty to look forward to tomorrow.
Rabbitohs up and flat. The ball is loose again. Well, John Gray, he was appealing to the sideline official and the ball was on his inside, but the penalty's been ruled that time for a strip. Challenges out the door. Tap was taken. South Sydney, they're motivated for more points here. And should they mount up a score, it will take off a lot of the gloss of the hard work of the Dragons in the first half. Burgess, 10 away. South's line is set on the left. Duncan's playing a strong hand. He is playing the Cameron Murray role.
Yeah, him and Mawali have been great through the middle.
Zealous now, 5 away. Hawkins holds it up, Gray in the line. Ryan Couchman with a tackle that time. Real pressure. It's been much the story for the second half. Rabbitohs floating pass over the top. Burns to score. The Rabbitohs just too good. I think it was Sublu, wasn't it? Jarrett Sublu, the man who holds one of the more peculiar stats in rugby league. He has a NRL career that tallies 1 minute. He got 1 minute. That's it. That's all he's played. 1 minute back in 2020 down for the Raiders. And he's thrown a peach of a pass here.
Gee, that pass as well on the inside again from Tallis Duncan was a beauty. And the pass over the top there from Sablu. Yeah, beautiful work. Great vision. Dragons jamming up and in very hard. Look at this from Tallis Duncan. Just catch, pivot, pass straight to Hawkins. Gave him plenty of time to make his decision. And then over the top, just floating the ball over the top of Tuipulotu, who was in hard. And Braden Burns, what a story this is. A couple of tries tonight. Big smile on his face back in the red and green. Talk about smiles.
Yes, well, the coach, he's down the sideline, absolutely loving it. And there you go, Jared Sublu, what a story. Actually, his 1 minute was here at Cogra. Raiders v Sharks, when the Sharks were here. Back in 2020, he got on for the final minute of a game.
Ricky Stewart rested a host of stars that night.
Try last year against Manly in a pre-season challenge match. Innisfail Leprechauns Junior.
Final game of the season, wasn't it? He rested a heap of stars on the way to the semi-finals.
Right, you're backing him, Nick. Let's see how you're going for Vegas.
Well, he's been great.
Well, Vegas.
He'll start at left and fade it back to the right.
So he's in, certainly. Hawkins. Ennis kills him off. Out of chips. Should have left him. 22-6, 4 tries to 1. Now on the cusp of the bonus point. We'll check in on the others. They've had 4 line breaks in their second half alone. The 5 offloads. So they've been sitting on 4 tries. So they're close to a lot of extras besides the points for the win. And sadly for the Dragons, 2 line breaks, 6 offloads, and of course, just the 1 try.
Stay on side.
You're telling on that bench at the moment. Yeah. This is it's done.
It's been great to see all their big stars stay out as well for the second half, supporting the guys that have played big roles. Burgess winding up again off the kickoff.
It's Thomas. He hasn't just signed for a year over the Super League. Signed a 3-year deal to follow on after this year. Out of Huddersfield, birthplace of rugby league, he'll be in the town. So South Sydney, 6 all it was at half time. 16 zip their second half.
Had a tough start, Mamazoulis. A couple of errors, but Boy's responded well. He's been terrific in the second half. Laid on a beautiful ball for Moali to score, but he's been threatening every time he's been out of dummy half. And going to prove a very handy replacement should Damien Cook not be there this year for whatever reason.
The keynote I'm writing down at it tonight is depth. What I'm seeing from Moali and Duncan says very strong depth there in the 17, but then outside of that, some decent backup as well for the Rabbitohs. So now up to how strong can the Dragons come home in the last 5.5 minutes. Tamale there has had some tough carries, but there hasn't been a lot of real precision or big sets. Now took that run. A little more direct here from the Dragons. This is better. Couchman to halfway. 3 runs there, far more like what they produced in the first half. That looked forward. Getting a roll on
Nasty through the ruck, aren't they? 40 metres straight through the middle.
Best set of the game, or best set of the second half for the Dragons. The kick from Glover. And South Sydney back with the ball, but they pretty much covered 80 or so metres there, the Dragons. And in the last 5 minutes we go. So, Rabbitohs football. And most importantly, again, I think we're clear on the injury front tonight. The only worry, I think, for South, maybe Duncan is on report. Upending tackle. As now Sublu gets them going. Gray's been a shining light at fullback. So he's a fine. South Sydney 5 inside their own half. Short side attack. Sublu again. Defence equal to it. Kept alive. And a kick through. Gray will follow. No, didn't quite get it coming up. But still able to make the tackle. So his first involvement in the game is mistake. Ever since then, he's 8 or 9 out of 10.
Yeah,
what he's produced, all his plays have been fantastic. Looks very much at home. This time with Figai for the Dragons. On halfway. Most of the fans have stuck around right to the finish. Palotu, late offload. Lyson, switch of play. There for Egan, little prop off the left foot. Looking back through the defence. Kepi ready to come back in for a few minutes, is he? Or is he just going for a walk? Very late in the contest, 3 to go. Sean Kepi. A look about him, you might not want to knock him back. Dragons keep it alive. And normally our soundo on that side, Jimmy, he's got good hands, but even he can handle that pass. Yeah, he's fast,
he's
but
quick.
He took it on the leg that time. No smiles out of the Dragons coaching staff. It's headed nowhere. Well, you've trained all off-season. You've trained since the start of November. You've got a match in the bag, you lead by 16. But if you understand the bonus point structure...
You just go for it.
Extra line, exactly. Trick shot, something. Go for it. You're not going to lose anything. Don't give me 5 tackles and kick. Give me a trick shot. Certainly Rabbitohs fans would be dialed in for that. Other players, do they have the energy to do that here? $100,000 is the bonus in the pre-season challenge. And the Rabbitohs at the moment are 1 try shy and 1 line break shy of the extra points. I dare say they could rack up a few more offloads in the last couple. You may as well throw it around. And Sublu does do the 5 and kick to the corner. I wanted to see more than that, Michael. Figai back for the Dragons, moving nicely. Smooth run back over the 20. 22-6. Quick summation on the Dragons. Obviously, a lot of St George Illawarra fans might be feeling a little flat. Certainly, second half has not delivered what we saw in the first 4.
Yeah, I thought they came out with a great intent. No surprise under Flanagan. I thought Sewer, DeBellin, Blake Laurie, Francis Molo started the game tremendously. I thought there was a lot to like about the combination of Hunt and Flanagan that'll get better over time. But I thought Jack Bird and some of their outside backs were great. So a lot to like in the opening half for Shane Flanagan's men. in the opening 40 minutes, very positive. 6-all at half-time. It's got away from them in the second half, but I think they'll certainly take plenty of positives out of it.
Said their 13th error of the night, the Dragons. And, well, again, I can only ask the Rabbitohs, trick shot, bonus points, something.
Great, man. Look, here comes Johnny Sutton's come onto the field as we see.
Well, it has to go out. The message has to go out there.
Blue shirts out there. Johnny Sutton, look at him. He knows something's on. Look at this. Here we go.
All right, so who do you get the message to? Do you get the sub-blue on the left side of the scrum? Okay, they come that left side. There's no kick coming. Well, the Rabbitohs have 30 seconds.
Surely that wasn't it. That wasn't
the trick shot. No, that was the...
No.
That was a poor man's magic show, that one. That's the old shell game, nothing more than that. So, time off, 19 seconds, another leg pull penalty.
Oh.
And then, no, don't. What a back touch. It ends up a mighty kick. You thought that's headed out towards the Leagues Club. Gray can do no wrong. The Rabbitohs need a try to get the bonus points.
Oh, no.
To centre field, full-time siren sounds. A kick over the top. Chasing. Giddy up. It's not a line break, but it's a try for Kenner. After the full-time siren. Oh, glory to South Sydney. The Rabbitohs wait to after the 80th minute to score their 5th try of the night.
Yeah, it was a great touch finder from Jai Gray. He's just cut it perfectly. Lands 5 metres out from the try line. They race down there. Mamazoulis out to Duncan. Again, that shift out to the right hand side. Tane Mills put it off the shin. It's dead set come off the shin and set up perfectly for Richie Kenner. This will show it perfectly. No technique in this from Milne. Just draws it in from up above his head.
Give him some credit, but it didn't look like it was very natural, did it?
It was a perfect ending for South Sydney, who have been great in the second half. 26-6. It's been comprehensive in the second half, and that's a nice moment to finish with.
Yeah, so not a line break. They don't get the line break bonus point, but they do get the try bonus point. And then the last kick of the night is off the upright and through the magic boot of Tane Milne. So Rabbitohs are all smiles. 1 game closer to Vegas. Fox League will have South Sydney and Manly exclusive, the opening game of the season. A Rabbitohs tune up tonight. Big second half. They won the second half 22-0. Full time. Rabbitohs 28. Dragons 6.